Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and call our meeting to order. It is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, 5 p.m. We'll call our regularly scheduled board meeting to order. As a reminder, if you need interpreters, we do have language interpreters today. Please let one of our staff members know, and we'll make sure to have an interpreter available for you for tonight's meeting. Just let someone know, and we'll get that for you. Si usted necesita intérprete para esta reunión en esta tarde, por favor, déjenos saber, deje saber a un empleado y le podemos ayudar con interpretación de esta reunión en esta tarde. So we'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. Board, unfortunately, we have a couple of folks who are out due to different circumstances. So before I continue, I would ask for a motion from the board to appoint Mr. Kevin Hansford as our acting clerk for today. If there is a motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? If not, I will do a roll call. Ms. Wanda Brownlee-Page.
Yes. Wanda Brownlee-Page, yes.
Ms. Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Ms. Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell, yes.
Mr. Bob Milan Jr.
Bob Miley Jr., yes.
Dr. Valdina Nguyen.
Yes.
And Randy Lopez, yes. That's the first time I've ever done that, everybody. Made me so nervous. Thank you. Okay, thank you, board. All right, and then as we do at every board meeting, I'll read our board norms and protocols. We agree to respect differences of opinions in making decisions for the district, to follow best practices in managing the superintendent and the management of the board itself, to stay on task when conducting business for the district, including while at board meetings, to never surprise the superintendent or each other when conducting official business of the district. Read these norms at the beginning of each board meeting and at board workshops as a reminder of how to conduct our meetings, and to continually self-check to determine if we're following our norms when conducting district business. Again, good afternoon. Welcome, board colleagues, superintendent, Dr. Stubblefield, to all of our staff, and to any guests that are present, both in person and online. Welcome to tonight's meeting. With that, Mr. Hansford, would you please do a roll call?
Bear with me.
Oh, you're fine.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, present.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, present.
Robert Milan Jr.,
Robert Miley Jr., present.
Wanda Brownlee-Page,
Wanda Brownlee-Page, present.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, present.
Valdina Nguyen,
Dr. Nguyen, present.
Dr. Nguyen, present.
Thank you.
you.
Next, is there a motion to approve tonight's regular agenda as presented?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Hansford.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Milan Jr.,
Robert Miley Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee-Page,
Wanda Brownlee-Page, yes.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen,
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. Next, board would entertain a motion that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education open the public hearing to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 2025-2026 fiscal year beginning at 5:05 p.m.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Board, I'll just share, board, as we did previously, we'll ask anyone who is here to give comment during tonight's open public hearing. Please make sure you've signed up tonight. If you haven't already and you plan to speak before you leave tonight, make sure that you sign in so that we have your information as is necessary. And then as we have with our comments, we'll ask that you have up to 3 minutes to speak, and at 3 minutes we'll tell you your time is up. I'll let you know when you have about 30 seconds or so, and then let you know when your 3 minutes is up. We'll let you finish your comment, and then we'll tell you that you have time. So with that, Mr. Hansford, roll call, please.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Milan Jr.,
Robert Miley Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee-Page,
Wanda Brownlee-Page, yes.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen,
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. Would now invite, if there are folks who are here who would like to speak during this open public hearing, you are welcome to do so. Would just, again, ask you to come to the podium. Please introduce yourself, state your name. Your time will start at that time when you begin speaking. Please adjust the microphone so that you can speak into the microphone if you do plan to speak, so that we can hear you clearly, and so that the folks online and in the room can hear you clearly as well. So if we would invite, if anyone is here to speak, to come forward.
First, we have Molly Campbell.
Good evening. My name is Molly Campbell, and I am here tonight as a resident, employee, and a voter. I ask the board to vote to exceed revenue neutral, and I thank the members who took the time to read and respond to my emails. My husband and I are both transplants with roots in small towns. We've lived in different areas of the metro but felt drawn to Kansas City, Kansas. We chose to get married here and later bought a house in the district after I was hired at my school. Many of our staff are like me. We are both proud to live and work in KCK. The district is one of the largest employers in our area, and with the proposed cuts, we would lose 84 positions. These are not just numbers. They are neighbors, and they are colleagues. They are trusted adults for our students. And as a Teacher of the Year, I know relationships are central to student success. Cutting teachers and staff removes those connections that students need most. I also understand the concern about property taxes. My family was concerned too. But when we looked, our individual property tax increase would only go up to about $40 a year. But the greater cost is clear. If we do not exceed revenue neutral, we will lose $7.7 million in state funding. That is money that our schools and students cannot afford to lose. Our schools are the foundation of this community, and our students deserve the best. I urge you to exceed the revenue neutral rate, and thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Carolyn Hummel.
Carolyn Hummel. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time. I hold many roles in my life. I'm a teacher at Wyandotte High School, and I've been there for the last 13 years. I'm a proud union member of NEA KCK, and I've addressed this board in that capacity. And I am the wife of the soon-to-be transplant recipient, 5 days to go. And most importantly, though, I am the mother, an exhausted and overjoyed parent of a 3-year-old, Hazel. I speak tonight as a parent, and I speak tonight in favor of exceeding revenue neutral. In 2 years, Hazel will be a kindergartner at Mark Twain Elementary. She is funny, smart, and kind, and has a passion to learn all the time, and I mean all the time. She wakes up most days before 6 a.m. If you vote to remain revenue neutral, what will her school look like in 2 years' time? Will she have a school nurse to care for her as I would if she's sick or hurt? Will there be enough teachers that classes are a reasonable enough size that she'll get the attention she may need? Will there be support staff in the building enough to make sure it runs safely, as the parents of this district expect it to run? Honestly, a vote to remain neutral or to do the 1 mil reduction makes me question if I can afford to enroll my daughter in this district. I cannot afford for her education to be anything but exemplary, which I do believe our district at this moment can provide. I bought my home here in 2014 over near West Wyandotte Library because I believe in living in the district that I teach in. I still believe it, and I understand the argument to not raise taxes when our taxes are already high. But I cannot afford to see the education of my daughter and students suffer because other agencies in the area cannot get their budget straight. If I have to eat at home more, buy secondhand, drive older vehicles, or to afford my child's education, I will do that, and I have done that. Do you believe the parents in this district feel differently? I'm acutely aware of being a government and economics teacher, that our country is in chaos, and that everything from a flu shot and Tylenol to a shooting memorial and slavery being bad have become political. My daughter will inherit an even more chaotic political world than I did. And if you look at this issue and you take politics out of the answer is clear. But because this is the world we live in, it has become political. I know some of you are running for reelection, and voting for this might elicit some angry resident emails.
30 seconds.
However, do you think if you fire 84 people, they will go quietly and accept that you've chosen politics over our children of this district? Choosing to exceed revenue neutral shows our students who are watching and their parents that you put student education above all else, above politics and your own self-interest. Please, I beg you to choose our children, choose my child, choose Hazel.
Thank you.
Next is Dom DeRosa.
Good evening, and thank you again for the opportunity to speak to this board on behalf of the students and staff about the importance of tonight's vote. Many of you have already heard from stakeholders across the district who are deeply concerned about the budget and the negative impact it will have on our children. This is not just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. The cost of not exceeding the revenue neutral rate will be measured in lost opportunities, weakened programs, and long-term harm to our children's future. The cost is human, and it will be paid for by our students, our families, and staff, not by budget lines. In recent months, we have seen the drastic cuts proposed and enacted at multiple levels of government, cuts that target public education, and in doing so, our children. By choosing not to exceed the revenue neutral rate, this board would limit its own ability to provide a safe, healthy learning and working environment, and to sustain the resources and opportunities that our children and our staff deserve. Recently, KSNTV reported that due to state-level errors, several districts, including KCKPS, will be required to return Medicaid overpayments. For KCKPS, that bill is $800,000. That was a state error, not the district's. But add this to the cost of repairing Arrowhead Middle School after the recent fire, and it's clear that without exceeding revenue neutral, these new expenses will only deepen the shortfall. This result will inevitably be more cuts to staff, to services, to safety, and for opportunities for our children. I urge this board to vote to exceed the revenue neutral rate. Anything less would be a choice to weaken our schools and programs, to limit the opportunities for our students, and to jeopardize the future of public education in KCK. Short-term political or fiscal pressures cannot dictate decisions that will shape the entire generation. Our students and staff cannot wait. They need you to act in the best interest, and they need you to do it tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
I apologize, I can't make out the next name. It looks like the last name begins with S. Had an address on Rainbow Boulevard. Does that look like? Oh, my apologies. You did not? Okay, thank you. Giovanna Hewitts.
Hello, my name is Giovanna Hewitts. I'm a resident on Quindaro Boulevard. I purchased my home through the Neighborhood Stabilization Program in October of 2016. Since that time, my taxes went from $1,809 to $4,023 per year. This has been exceptionally difficult for me and my family, as we are paying not only mortgage, but of course other bills, car loans, utilities, things like that. And after that, we have about $200 for food and necessities. I do not qualify for state benefits. They say that we exceed the gross limit. I work full-time for the state, so I know. I did take a part-time job at FedEx, but it was too hard on my body. I was battered and bruised, so I had to let that go. I am a U.S. Army veteran, and I am a hard worker. I would appreciate some reprieve from the inflation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Those are all the comments.
Thank you. Are there any other comments that didn't get to sign up? Yes, please come forward. We'll make sure that we get your information before you leave. Again, just thank you.
I wasn't going to speak, but I sit there and I listen to people say exceed revenue neutral. I'm fine financially, but there's people in this community that's being put out in the street, and there's people in this room concerned about their jobs. You all don't have an answer. And my suggestion is that all those people that are concerned about their jobs come together with the community and try to come up with a solution to help them with their job situation and to help these people that are being kicked out in the street. They can't pay their taxes. So which is worse? You losing your job, getting kicked in the street, or the people who already are being kicked in the street? We have lost so many people. Homes has been sold because they couldn't pay their taxes. And I think that's just cruel. And I know you need a job because you want to pay your taxes. So do those people. They just raised my taxes to $5,000. That's fine, I'll pay it. No, do I want to pay it? No, but I'll pay it, and I can pay it. So I'm here on the behalf of the people that are not here, that we as a community show some compassion and care about each other. We care about you losing your job. We don't want you to lose your job and lose your home. And when you talk about the education level in this district, Ms. Wonder, at one of my meetings, you saw it, right? It's poor. You're talking about better education. Look at the grades and the test scores of our children in this district. So I'm asking, if you all can't come up with a solution to get money without kicking people out of jobs and out of homes, maybe the community, you all who are concerned about your job, I have monthly meetings for the community to come together for discussions. I haven't seen any of you all there. We need to come up with a solution where we don't kill each other, because that's what's happening. You're kicking the people out of their home into the streets. They're dying, depressed. And if you lose your job, you're going to be in the same. So one of us is not any better than the other. We need to come together.
Thank you. Are there any additional comments? Okay, thank you. Board, it's recommended, I recommend that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the resolution to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 2025-2026 fiscal year as published in the Record News. Is there a motion to do so?
Mr. Lopez, sorry, on this one, there was supposed to be a note. If you could please read the resolution.
I'm sorry, yes. The entire resolution?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, and this is the resolution found within Diligent, if anyone wants to look at it. A resolution expressing the property taxation policy of USD 500 Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools with respect to exceeding the revenue-neutral tax rate for financing the annual budget for 2025-2026. Whereas KSA 79-2988 provides that a levy of property taxes to finance the 2025-2026 budget of USD 500 exceeds the revenue-neutral tax rate to finance the 2025-2026 budget of USD 500 will be authorized by a resolution. And whereas the Board of Education of USD 500 held a hearing on September 9th, 2025, allowing all interested taxpayers desiring to be heard an opportunity to give oral testimony. And whereas the Board of Education of USD 500, having heard testimony, still finds it necessary to exceed the revenue neutral rate. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Education of USD 500 that the 2025-2026 budget with a levy of property taxes exceeding the revenue-neutral tax rate calculated for 2025-2026 as adjusted pursuant to KSA 79-2988 is hereby adopted. That is the resolution presented. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution to exceed revenue-neutral rate?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. We'll open for discussion or questions from the board.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes, Dr. Nguyen.
Did you not have to close the public hearing? You don't?
No, I think for the revenue neutral, we vote in the hearing. It's the next piece that we close the hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments? Discussion. Hearing none. Mr. Hansford, roll call, please.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
I just want to say, I've listened to all the comments. I've even tried to survey people to see what they thought. And at this point, I can't in good faith vote for this. I see many people struggling on both sides. They're valid issues. And I agree with Ms. Fanning. We do need to sit down and come up with something better so neither side has to end up hurt. I've always said, and this is not the first time I've said it, 30% of the people who work here, live here, pay these taxes. It's not a knock against anybody who doesn't live here, but they're struggling to pay and to work it out. They're not anti-education. They're not against anybody not having a job. Everybody's hurting in some way. There has to be a better solution. This is the one that we have for now, but I don't think it's the best way, and it doesn't make sense because too many people are hurting. And I'm saying 30% are paying for everything, and they're struggling. And I wish people would look more into what's happening around here. They're paying, because that's one of my concerns. I've lived here all my life, except for when I didn't go to college. And I pay. I see everything out west going on, and we're paying, and we don't get our bang for our buck. And there's a lot of people who are hurting. So I vote no.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
I'm going to have to vote no, exceeding revenue neutral, and I am not campaigning, and I'm not performing, and I know that I will not win points from many people in this room, but I will not tolerate either the lies that are told that my no vote means I don't respect the teachers, respect the staff, understand the impact. I would have thought that our board would have studied ways to address the cuts. I've always said there are a lot of soft costs, and I've always asked to take salaries off the table. But we never even considered anything other than what was put on the board, and that scared people, understandably. So the 84, I get it. Those are human costs. I don't know if it's 84 in the right places, but our board didn't even take time to consider other cuts. Yes, I understand, fully understand how finance is handled, so the cost of those dollars, state dollars, but how much is accessed from our people? I've worked in my community, our community, since getting out of college in the 70s. I've taught for more than 50 years, so I especially want students, graduates, to be prepared for higher education. But I will not accept the lack of understanding that some of the board members have because they don't have the opportunity to get a property tax bill. They don't own property. I talked to parents, grandparents, students, staff in the district. That's who pays the bills. And yeah, if the human cost is not considered, there's a broader human cost. I think we should take the time to study more how we spend, how we know how we get the money, but we need to look closer how we spend this money. I will thank the people who wrote the letters. I didn't respond, but I will say, yes, everything you said in the letter is correct. Inflation, the cost of technology, the future of our community is very much at stake, but we have to stop the bleeding. Many of the people who've been on this board were here when we gave 12%, 16%, 18% raises 4 years ago. And now they agreed to rubber stamp and give 15, 20, 32, 44% $1,000 increases. I said then it wasn't sustainable, and it's not sustainable now. I vote no. I will discuss it with anybody in this district, in the district, because even a letter, part of the letter said, how we compare to other districts. You don't have the tax base, people, of Johnson County. We have competitive salaries, but we don't have the tax base. Some of us pay taxes, some of us don't. We have to sustain our community. So yeah, you're correct. This vote is the future of our community, and you see how people vote. So I hope people are listening. I will not rubber stamp things without thinking about them, telling people how I vote. Last but not least, there's a lot in the budgets that can be cut. No willingness to discuss many of the cuts to the budget that don't impact people, don't impact learning. And yes, one of our letters said, and I fully agree, our students deserve a quality education. Our community deserve quality education. Quality education is economic development. So I get it, and I respect you, and I hope you respect my vote no. I vote no.
Thank you. Motion carries. Mr. Mylan,
Mr. Lopez, thank you for the opportunity. On behalf of my standpoint on my yes vote, in my personal review of the information that has been submitted to me and to the board and all of us discussed and presented over the past several months and weeks, it has been a challenging task in assessing you all the pros, the cons, and the negatives, and the positive as it pertains to the administration of the budgeting of KCKPS. Now, in my personal assessment and evaluation, the most important thing is efficiency, quality, and production, and the outcome of the students of the District 500. Now, in saying that, having major cutbacks on the quality of learning as it pertains to larger classrooms, less teachers, minimizing programs, less vice principals or APs as they call, fewer medical nurses, loss of employment or residence, and classified personnel, as has been stressed, who are vital parts of this community. And I feel that a no vote would pothole this community even more. It will weigh it down. It will impact it sufficiently. It would handcuff, if you will, the district in the future months, maybe not now, but in months to come. And it would put unwanted stress and lack of present a lack of necessary and needed resources on the KCKPS as a whole. I am sensitive to the needs of the children. I am sensitive to the community, and nothing is perfect. But at this time, that's why I voted yes to exceed it. And I've learned a long time ago, this is just me talking, I ain't speaking for nobody but myself. I've learned a long time ago, you don't treat the outcome or the consequence, you treat the cause. So therefore, that's why I voted yes, because education is not preparing young folks for the future. Education is the present, it is the future, it is the right now. So that's why I'm standing on the vote of yes. It's not perfect, but as we've gone through, that's why I'm standing with the yes vote. And that's how I see it for what is presented. Where we are now, I wasn't on the board 2, 4, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But in the past 18, 19 months, this is where I see it. This is why I'm substantiated to have my vote to go yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mylan. Would entertain a motion that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education close the public hearing to exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, discussion? Mr. Hansford.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, no.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Next, Board would entertain a motion that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education open the public hearing for the 2025-2026 budget.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Mr. Hansford.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes, on that part.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Hansford, do we have anybody that signed up for comment during the budget? Or separation? If not,
I do not believe.
are there folks who are here wanting to speak on the budget during the open public hearing? Seeing none, would entertain a motion to close, that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education close the public hearing for the 2025-2026 budget.
Moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Mr. Hansford.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Next, item 4 on our agenda, Board. As we have done previously, we need to approve the budget for this current year. So it's recommended that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the 2025-2026 USD 500 budget with up to a $3,851,000 transfer from contingency reserve to the supplemental general fund based on the findings presented in the building's needs assessment, state assessment review, and discussions among the Board of Education, including the academic data and progress of each building, district curriculum, staffing needs, as well as other important items that are critical to the success of our students, as submitted by Mr. Brad Isnard, Dr. Steve Pegram, and recommended by Dr. Stubblefield.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Open for questions or discussion.
Mr. Lopez, I have a question.
Dr. Nguyen?
Mr. Izzard, please.
Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Tell me what line on the document, the two-page document, determines the total amount assessed from the local option budget, please? I'm on a two-page document.
You're referring to the notice of hearing signed, is what it's titled?
Correct.
Okay, let me look here. And your question is, what is the total dollar amount being levied in taxes for supplemental general fund?
Well, first, tell me what is the total U.S. expenditures for this budget? And which column is it in?
So to the right, there's a column titled on the first page, 2025-2026 proposed budget. In that heading, there are 3 separate columns. It shows in the first column budgeted expenditures by fund. In the second column, it is the amount of 2025 tax to be levied. And then to the right, the third column is the number of mills that represents.
So that's column 5, 6, and 7, correct?
I don't have them numbered, but they are the 3 that are under that 2025-2026 proposed budget column.
So you have a different document than we have
I believe we're looking at the same PDF. Oh, I see now, yes, 5, 6, and 7.
In parentheses.
My fault, yes.
Okay.
So if you're looking for grand totals, you would look for those at the bottom of that column. The total USD expenditures budgeted would be the $595,221,566. Keep in mind that that total includes the transfers between funds and it also includes funds like capital outlay or our gifts and grants fund, where we budget as though we would spend the entire amount in case there's an emergency or reason to for budget authority. We don't really plan that we would spend all of our gifts and grants within the year or capital outlay. So that increases that number for the budget column a little bit there.
Okay, so it says 125,351,000, is that a 6 or an 8? 24. Less transfers. You explained to us the 595 includes the transfers. The next line says less transfers. Will this include any other transfers than you mentioned, than you identified?
That would be all of the budgeted transfers according to the document at this point. So if the board made a decision mid-year to increase a transfer to a fund, like from contingency, or if we received some funding that was unexpected, then that number could increase.
Okay.
And put us in a situation where we might have to republish the budget, but that is what's planned at this time.
Okay, so help me understand what's the difference in the number. I know the 125 is deducted from the 595, but what's the difference between 595 total USD expenditures and net USD expenditures as it relates to taxes levied?
So the taxes levied are what's at the bottom there. The total USD taxes levied would be the $67,343,309. And that, it doesn't change your expenditures at all. That's just telling you what portion is the total, total public collection.
Okay, so the taxes are the taxes levied on the 595 or the taxes levied on the 469? And we're talking about million, right? 595 million and 469 million. Correct?
The taxes are not a percentage of your total expenditures like maybe being suggested. They're based on property valuations and the total mills collected, so you'd really be looking at columns 6 and 7 to
Okay.
get to that tax amount.
Okay, so then where does that 67 million come from?
That
It
is the
says total
column
USD
6.
taxes levied. 67, in column 5, it says, please tell me what that number says.
The number you're referring to in column 5 is the same number that's in column 6,
Okay.
which is the total of $67,343,309.
Okay. Okay, so just help me understand how that, why is it put there? Is it just put there? It's not, there's no computation between the 595 and the 125 and the 469?
No, it has nothing to do with the numbers above it. It's just so that you can look as a year-to-year comparison at the bottom. That's correct.
Okay, good, thank you. So then the total, so explain then amount of 2025, column 6 of the 2025-26 proposed budget, amount of 2025 tax to be levied, column 6. Explain, please, the final number of that total USD expenditures, that's 67 million. How was that totaled? By adding up the numbers, I know that, but if this document is
That was
not.
going to be my answer, but if you, maybe I'm not understanding the question.
Well, this document is not on the board, so the audience and the public can't see it, okay? So I can add numbers, I got that. But for the public's consumption, to know the amount of 2025 taxes to be levied that totals 67 million, how did you get that number? You can add. You want to share with us the numbers you add?
I wasn't going to read off everyone, but if you'd like me to, I will.
I don't know, you can just explain it. However, you as our finance person, how would you explain it to common Joe?
It is adding the totals in column 6, so the tax collected for each fund, getting to the grand total at the bottom. So one thing to note, that is including the general fund, so the 20 mils collected by the state. So that's the first row that you see in that line, is the amount that increases based on valuations. That's the states, and we don't have any control over that one, but that's included in the total along with the funds that this board does control.
Okay, so the total amount of 2025 tax to be levied, which means the amount that totally the residents of District 500 will be assessed, is 67 million, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Ms. Brownlee Page, thank you, Dr. Nguyen. Ms. Brownlee Page, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, can you tell us, and I should have asked it earlier, if you can't give it to me now, I'll get it later.
Sure.
How much do we have left in the contingency fund? After that money has been taken out, what do we have left?
I don't have that total with me as part of these documents, but we
Okay.
can sure get that for you.
I
It's always
appreciate
in the monthly treasurer's report that you receive at the second meeting of each month in the consent agenda.
Okay.
Thank you. Additional questions or comments?
Yeah,
Ms. Russell.
I just wanted to take a personal point of privilege and just say, thank you, Brad. I know that there have been things that have been out of your control, but you have done your best to provide us with the information, to provide us with the accurate numbers, and even through the transition since March when we were trying to make numbers stick, and you were like, no, we cannot make numbers stick quite yet. You have been really the brainwork behind us getting to the budget that we have, making the changes that we suggested. And so I don't want this to go unsaid that we owe a lot of gratitude to you. This is a lot. It's a lot of money, but it also is a lot of numbers and a lot of spreadsheets. And I also know that you're currently doing 2 audits that are really big. And I just want to recognize your work. I know that you are now doing almost 2 people's jobs to help keep this district financially sound and in place. And I just want to thank you for your work, for your commitment to KCKPS. And I hope that you know, on behalf of the board, we really, really appreciate your work and thank you for all that you do for KCKPS. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm honored to serve.
Thank you, Ms. Russell. Additional questions, comments? Okay. Hearing none. There is a motion on the floor, correct, Mr. Hansford?
It's
Okay,
correct.
and a second. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, before I vote really quick also, I do just want to share and say thank you to all of our constituents, our community members, and everyone who's reached out and emailed. Couple of points of clarity that I just wanted to make sure from my perspective on a couple of things that were shared today. I do want to say that we have adjusted certain salaries over the years. 4 years ago, partly because if you looked at the salaries that we had at the time, were not competitive. We were losing quality administrators, and our HR team did a great job of making sure that we were competitive in our salaries. And so while it may have looked like certain people's salaries jumped drastically, it was in an effort from this board and this leadership team to make sure that we were keeping quality leadership, administrators, and staff in our district to make sure that we were competitive. Additionally, not all were just raises. There were several folks who got a promotion, and as what happens when you get a promotion at your job, you often get an increase in your salary as well. So I do just want to note that we're not just giving raises just to give raises. We have to stay competitive. We have to have quality leaders in our buildings to make sure that they can lead the culture in the buildings, because that's where you can be very effective in changing culture, in changing the expectations, and in changing quality and successful education and having excellence. So I just wanted to make sure from my perspective, like, that's the reason those decisions have been made. Additionally, departments have been working diligently, and if you go back and watch our budget meetings, departments have been working diligently to reduce their department budgets. Several have cut down almost entirely to only have operational dollars that include staff for their departments. And there's nothing more that they can cut without cutting staff. So I don't think it's fair to say that we haven't done our due diligence. I feel we've done our due diligence to make sure that we're reviewing our budgets, to make sure that we're reviewing the overall budget, and being as effective and efficient as we can. So I just wanted to share that because I think it's unfair to say that we have not done that. I respect people's opinions if they think we haven't. In my opinion, we have conducted that over this year. I do agree that if we want to get serious about changing taxes in our community, that doesn't fall on this school district alone. If you look at other taxing entities that have remained neutral, sure, your taxes may have gone down a little, and I don't want to belittle that. That's what happened. And I agree, and I can't remember who said it in comment. As a community, we need to come together and find ways to increase access and quality housing in this community to bring in more than that 30%, which I'm not entirely sure that's quite accurate.
It is.
But
check it out.
We need to increase the number of people who live in this community. And as a school board member, I am very much in support of working with our other taxing entities to come up with a real plan and not just words, because we need action to do that. We need a plan to increase number of people in Wyandotte County. We also need to look at rebates for our seniors, for our lower income, for folks who are on a steady income, who don't bring in income. There are real tangible things that we can do. It is not the responsibility of this district alone to figure it out and make decisions that will impact the quality of education for our students today and in years to come. And I will not make that sacrifice of our kids today and for years to come. Do we need to do something? Absolutely. And I am here for it. And I promise if you all want to have that conversation, whoever's listening, I'm here for it. Let's figure it out. Because I love this community. I've lived here my entire life as well. I'm not planning on going anywhere. I want to make the best for all of us here. So let's work together to figure it out as a community. I will not sacrifice. It's in the best interest of the quality of our education, Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. So I vote yes for the budget.
Robert Marlin Jr.,
Yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
I'll vote yes for the budget, but we got a lot of work to do. And just because I voted no on something doesn't mean I don't support public education. I've done this my whole life. But something has to change, and that burden, again, should not fall on the few who live here, who are paying the taxes. So you're right, we got a lot of work to do, because people are hurting. What happens when they all leave? I had nieces and nephews. We can't get them to come back. They just said no. I think we can do better somewhere else, and we're pleading and begging young people to stay. So it's an issue.
Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell. I just want to make a couple of comments, and I will try to keep them brief. First off, I just want to say there was a comment made about folks not being homeowners. I do not want to create a community where we pit renters versus homeowners. A healthy community has both of those things, and I will say that property taxes are not just created by homeownership. You pay property taxes on the vehicles you drive, you pay property taxes on a variety of different assets that individuals can own. And so to sit here and try to pit renters versus homeowners, that's not the way I'm trying to go about business. Our community deserves both. And so that narrative that we continue to tell and try to say that some are giving more than others, everyone at this dais does not know everybody's personal business, nor do we know that of those who are speaking in front of us. And so we need to change the way that we talk about it. We need to change the way that we bring people together versus creating continued conflict. And that is exactly what we do by telling those narratives. Secondly, I wanted to mention, we hear all the time about being top heavy. And so our superintendent did the work to go behind and consolidate positions. And when you get new positions or people get promoted and take on new tasks, anybody in this room who stands up and takes new tasks at their job without additional pay, I want you to stand up. Absolutely no one would do that. You want to say that we have not been diligent? I have sat here since September of last year, asked questions, considered all of the things, and I made a choice for the folks that I hear from. That is my due diligence. I want to say we don't want to shortchange our students. People want change. I want us as board members to come up with the solutions. If we want our staff to run a school district and figure out the solution for the thing that we're advocating for, that's not fair. If there were solutions provided, $100,000 is not a solution to a detrimental 1 mil. That doesn't get us anywhere. And it's been said over and over again. And so, yes, I am voting to exceed revenue neutral. Yes, I am voting for this budget because they have agreed to a lot of the things that we advocated for, and they made those tough cuts. It is not fair that we get up here time and time again and demonize our staff as though they're lying, as though they're not telling the truth. Every single one of the people in this room, whether a teacher, whether an administrator, is working their tail off for the best of our kids, all of our kids. And whoever got up here and said our kids are bad, horrible, or whatever, their education is horrible, I encourage you to go get in a classroom. Because even those who are having the hardest of times in USD 500 are thriving because there is someone who cares about them, there is somebody who has invested the time, and it drives me crazy. Let's change the narrative, KCK. Yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Well, thank you. And I will say there are opinions, and then there's facts. There's knowledge, and then there's wisdom. And I will stand by my comments, and I will, again, be willing to discuss and provide the data to verify to anyone at any time. But the reason I ask, and I guess folks thought I was asking questions and not saying thank you before and after, but the budget of $595 million, of which $67 million will be levied to the taxpayer. And there's always the comment that, well, you know, you'll miss out on $8 million of state dollars. Again, I have never vilified anybody. I said for all the time I've served on this board, and I've volunteered before and after, I've worked in my community, our community. I work and volunteer with parents, grandparents, young, old teachers, staff members. I stand on the legislative floor and demand due process for the teachers when it was taken away in 2014 and since then. So I can give you facts, but I'll say it again. I don't believe we have delved into the budget like we should, that you can find cuts that cannot impact and will not impact human beings out of $595 million. And you think about that. But I will vote no on this budget because I don't believe it spends where every place it should spend. And again, to say that somebody wasn't here 4 years ago, yeah, everybody's the same. But when you don't ask for clarification, job descriptions, evaluations, how is this going to impact student learning, student success, learning environment, other peer opportunities. So I can talk about this all day long and you don't even want to hear it because we've got other things to do. But I reluctantly vote no for this budget. It already passed because you can count. But I can explain myself and will gladly explain myself to anybody, any day of the week. Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next, Board, it's recommended the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the resolution to adopt the LOB percentage in the amount of 33% for the 25-26 school year submitted by Mr. Isnard, Dr. Pegram, and recommended by Dr. Stubblefield. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions or discussion? Mr. Hansford, roll call, please.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Miley Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Board, we're going to take a quick 7-minute stretch break, and then we will come back as we get ready to celebrate and have some recognition. So we'll be back here at 6:07. Thank you.
You made it.
I think I only missed
for giving us a quick break. Board will continue with our board agenda. So, sorry, are we good to go back there, Mr.? Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll continue with our agenda board. Next on our agenda, we have a special recognition this afternoon. Board, if you recall, we had a group of students and staff who traveled to Guatemala earlier this year for the Global School Building Initiative. So I'd invite Dr. Salinas Willick to the podium so she can tell us a bit more about that, and Ms. Crystal Watson, the Executive Director of our Foundation for Excellence, to talk more about it and give us an update on this initiative. I've heard a little bit about it, so I think you guys are going to have some fun listening about what happened. So good afternoon, Ms. Watson. Thank you for joining us and team.
Good afternoon to you, President Lopez, and to the rest of the board. Good evening. So good to see you. Yes, we want to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank the board for your support. We had 5 students that went to Guatemala, and this project was called a Build On Trek. Build On is a nonprofit organization that takes students to third world countries to help those countries build schools in their communities. And we had an opportunity to send 5 students through a grant and a partnership with J.E. Dunn, Kaufman, who provided real world learning grant. Dollars were used for that, in addition to the foundation contributing as well. So this is an example of a public-private partnership that had a phenomenal impact, not only on our students, but just on the opportunity for these entities to come together and work together to better serve not only our community, but our students. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Kenise Willick, who participated in the project, and she will introduce our student and our teacher who also participated. Thank you.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
Yes. I am going to turn this over to Nevaeh because she is our center focus, and she's going to tell you all about Guatemala and her experience. Do we have the... Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure if we can share it through here. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Good evening, board members. My name is Nevaeh Williams. I'm a senior at Sumner Academy of Arts and Science. I am one of the 5 students who went on track. We also had Morgan, Anastasia, Gabby, and Chris. We all participated in this track. Doing this track has really changed a lot of my mindset and the way I look at the world. We really got to get involved with the community, being there with the families and really feeling and understanding how they live was just something that was amazing and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Why we went there, our purpose to go there was to really give them the education that they deserve, that they did not have access to like we do here in the United States. Their school used to be this wooden building with 1 classroom, 2 windows, and they only had 1 teacher who had to go miles through the woods to be able to get to this community, to be able to give them this education. Through us building this school, we not just gave them 2 classrooms with a bigger building, bathrooms, but also a road for them to be able to get from and to the cities throughout the community. Who are they? People in Guatemala, or more likely, should I say, the San Lucas Centrum community, they were amazing. They taught us how to be brave, more confident, what it means to be happy without all the technology and the devices that we have here. Being there, it was so calm, relaxing. I've never felt more connected to a community than I did there. How did we impact this community? We impacted this community by giving them education, being able to understand their language. We took like a 30-minute quick language there. We got to be able to speak a little bit of their language, which is Kichi. Being able to do that was amazing. The people there in San Lucas Centrum, a lot of them spoke their native Mayan language, which was Kichi. We had some who spoke Spanish, which was really nice, especially when one of my friends there was taking Spanish, and we got lucky with our host family being able to speak Spanish, so there was able to have some communication there. Another way we also got to connect with this community and create an impact was enjoying one of, I would say collectively and arguably an activity that we all love, which is making s'mores or like hitting piñatas and watching the candy fall, just seeing the joy on their faces. And one thing that we learned in this community was my friend Gabby, she brought beads with her, and seeing all the women and children just going and grabbing these beads and like kind of taking them and using them for something else was something interesting that we didn't expect. We were expecting to make bracelets or necklace. Instead, they went and are going to use these beads for something else. I would say a memory that I have that stuck with me the most from this trip is Jazz, who's from the Bronx. She had came down with us, and she ended up teaching one of the husbands there to say "I love you" in English to his wife, and multiple of the husbands started doing that. So it was just really some joy there, seeing how we can make this such a small impact in this community and how it will last for a long time. What San Lucas Centrum taught us was not just the construction, mixing concrete, but also being able to connect with community. We learned a lot of things from the gender talk that we had. We learned how to make corn tortillas from corn, like handmade, which were delicious. We figured out what they do with cacao, so they make their own hot chocolate from toasting and grinding cacao, which was definitely interesting. Maybe not recommend drinking. But being there and connecting with the track leaders that we had, it was just such a fun time. And the children, being there, you knew who the children gravitated to because, kid you not, they said her name every time they saw her. All you would hear is Gabby, Gabby, Gabby. I would probably say that was something amazing. Our overall goal for this program is to be able to have it in all of the high schools in our district. Being able to go on an opportunity like this to go out of the country and have such a large impact on these small communities is not just great for them, but also for ourselves, being able to know that we are capable of doing these things that some people may think we don't. I recommend that we have this in almost all of our high schools. And I'd say this last slide really represents not just us as ourselves, but also with the community that we were in, being able to connect with them and seeing all the joy that we brought those children by giving them the school that they deserve, an education. Thank you very much.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening.
As a teacher who won on this, and I'm probably going to get emotional because I do. This brought, we talked about community a lot already. This brought the community of our Kanice, here at central office, a teacher, our admin team at school, and our kids together to create this amazing thing. And the personal growth, I saw a young boy and 4 young girls grow into a young man and young women. The future is so bright for the five kids. My best memory was I would check on the kids every night, and after being in this community with no running water, no air conditioning, no power, pooping in a hole, took a shower after 3 days, I think, finally. We finally get to a hotel room. I checked on the boys, and they were sleeping because, they're boys. And I went to go find the girls, and they weren't in their room. So I knocked on Dr. Kanice Willis's room, and all 4 of my girls, because they are my girls, were in there braiding each other's hair, doing each other's laundry. It doesn't get more family than that. I was able to go to bed knowing everyone was safe and sound. I can't emphasize how important this is for our kids in all our schools, to give them a step up on their next step in life. It was just an amazing experience. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Thank you.
Thank you.
In closing, I just want to say that I get emotional about this too, because Carl came in my office and he came in to thank me. And I was like, what are you thanking me for? He goes, Crystal, you have no idea how much this changed, not only me, but the students as well. And when I met with the students, they said, we want to do this again. And I was like, are you serious? Now, when he said they had to dig holes, they were the first group to go in. So apparently different schools come behind and everybody continues to build, because you can't all build a school in one day or, 4 days for that matter. They were the very first group, I believe, for this school. They literally had to dig trenches, like big holes. You saw one of those pictures. So the work was hard. And I just figured they would just come back and they're prissy and, I'm never going back. But I got the opposite from them. And to know that they were willing, and then they came up with, you need to continue this. They had ideas about it. They were creative, and they said, we want to step up and be the leaders. We want to take another group, and we want to go back. And so they're all seniors this year. And so I just want the board to know we're going to pursue another grant so that we can do exactly what these young people have requested, to try to get the funding to do this in every school so that we have X amount of students from every high school participate on this project. So again, board, I want to thank you for your support. And if you all don't mind, I want you to give them another round of applause and recognition, and not being afraid to do the hard work, and also wanting to continue to lead. Thank you, board. We appreciate you.
One last thing, Nevaeh has just been accepted into K-State in their engineering program, so that's one of many schools that she'll probably be accepted into.
You're a wildcat.
So,
Rock chalk.
Wildcat. Wildcat.
so proud of you, Nevaeh.
Cat.
Very proud of you and all of your classmates. Congratulations to you all. We look forward to hearing more about how we can continue to support our scholars and these types of experiences that are life-changing, as we've heard tonight. Are there any questions or comments from the board before our team leaves, in case there was an opportunity to do so? Ms. Russell.
I know we talked a lot about our scholars, and I have the opportunity to have had 2 children go through the academy, and I just want to say, Carl, you are just an amazing educator. You are amazing support for our students, and you can tell not only by this experience, but many of the experiences you create at Sumner Academy that our students really value you and respect you. And so I just wanted to personally say thank you for going on the trip. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for really taking care of our young people.
Thank you. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But it's not just, opportunities not just for our kids at Sumner. This is for all our kids in KCK. I've done summer school, and I've met all the kids. I met kids from different schools. I love all my kids at Sumner, from all the sports when we compete against each other. So this is not just for Sumner. This is all our kids in KCK. The opportunity for personal growth. Kids are kids no matter where they go to school.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Proud of you, Nevaeh. Great job. Board will continue with our board agenda next. We are on item 7, our consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions, discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Brownlee Page.
How did they choose the sites for the martial arts program? Item K?
Item K, I'm getting to it. There's a question on the sites, how we got to the sites for item K. I see Ms. Watson coming to the podium.
Yeah, it's Kid Zone.
Okay.
It's,
I'm here online.
okay, thank you.
Sorry. Good evening, board. Good evening, Dr. Stubblefield. This is Tracy.
Good evening.
It's all 9 Kid Zone sites that are participating.
Could any other student from another school, unless you're in that particular program, if they were willing to pay, could they come in?
It is for students enrolled in Kid Zone. So Kid Zone is open to any of our K through 5 students, but you do have to be enrolled in Kid Zone.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tracy. Any additional questions? Hearing none. Mr. Hansford?
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Andy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Win, yes.
I do not.
Okay, thank you, board. Motion approved. Next on our agenda is our election of board vice president or organization of the board. Board, we don't have the actual slips. We could just write on a piece of paper. If you so choose to do so today, we can move this to the next meeting on the election of the board vice president. If we can just tear out paper. Okay. So we need to take a quick, allow us a quick 30 seconds, minute, so we can grab some paper and do the election of the vice president of the board. Apologies for not catching that earlier, Mr. Hansford.
First failure as a board.
You're doing great. Yeah, you're doing great. Thank you.
Doing fine.
I believe Dr. Stubblefield's just going to grab some paper. So board members, just for quick instructions, I think we're just going to write the name of the person that you would like to vote for vice president on the slip on the paper. We'll pass those, or Mr. Hansford will collect those. And then he will read them out loud. So please write your name so that he knows who's voting, and then write who you're voting for vice president. We have to know who's voting for whom. Thank you. If I can complicate this anymore.
It was a lot.
Thank you.
Par for the course.
I'm good. Let me just get these. Turn down here. All right. Wanda Brownlee Page votes for Wanda Brownlee Page. Dr. Nguyen votes for Wanda Brownlee Page. Rachel Russell votes for Rachel Russell. Yolanda Clark vote for Rachel Russell. Robert Mylan Jr. votes for Wanda Page. And Randy Lopez votes for Rachel Russell. It is a tie.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hansford. Thank you, board. We will resume the election again at the next board, regularly scheduled board meeting. Next on our agenda, item 9, board updates and approvals. These have come before the board at least once, are up for potential action if it is the will of the board. Item A, we have under this agenda item, it's recommended the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the AIA A133 and A201 agreements with multi-studio architects for the bond projects.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none. Mr. Hansford, roll call, please.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Win, yes.
Motion approved. Thank you, board. Board, next item, item 10. This is a new item for informational purposes only tonight. No action is being requested of us tonight, but if there are any questions on this contract as presented, we can You can certainly ask now or submit questions as they come as you review the contract. Any questions on this item tonight? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, we will continue with our agenda. Next, we will hear from our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stubblefield.
Good evening, everyone. I just have a few announcements. First, I want to say this past weekend, we proudly participated in the annual Central Avenue Diversity Parade. A big thank you to our high school principals, students, and staff for representing our district so well. Our bands and cheerleaders brought great energy and school spirit to this important community celebration. Also want to shout out to Emmy Pearson because they had a group of students, and we had students a part of other organizations as well. So it was great to see all of our students, families, and community members at the parade. This is just a reminder that we invite all family, staff, and community members to attend one or two public forums on our proposed school boundary changes. These meetings are scheduled for Wednesday, September 17th or September 18th. They will be the same, so you don't need to plan to come to both. It will begin at from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. It is a drop-in. Is that correct? No. It starts at 6. It's not a drop-in. So please share this information. We'll continue to communicate it out. If you have a conflict and you can't come on either night, there will be an opportunity to provide feedback online after the two public meetings. So please share it and come to provide input. Our Human Resource Department is hosting a career fair to help ensure all schools are fully staffed and every student has support that they need to succeed. The next fair will be held on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, September 10th, from 3:30 to 6 o'clock p.m. at Oak Ridge Missionary Baptist Church, located at 9301 Parallel Parkway. If you know anyone that's looking for employment or interested in the district, please tell them about it. And we'll announce others in the future. We're hosting a community and alumni engagement event at Sumner Academy on September 16th from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. And this is so that they can, community members, alumni can get an update on the new addition at Sumner and also provide input. And finally, I would like to give a big shout out to our very own school board president, Randy Lopez. Last Thursday, the Unified Government of Wyandotte County presented him with the DOT Proud Recognition Award. He was recognized for his unwavering commitment to the community and his dedication to uplifting others around him. So congratulations, Mr. Lopez. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stubblefield. Just a few items from me this afternoon or this evening. Board, just a reminder that we do have a budget meeting next Friday on September 19th at 1 p.m. That's virtual, so we'll make sure that everyone has a link for that from 1 to 2:30 p.m. It should be on your calendar already, so be on the lookout or just make sure that that's on your calendar. Next Friday, 1 p.m., our first budget meeting for this calendar or fiscal year. And then a reminder that our next board meeting, regularly scheduled board meeting on September 23rd is at 9 a.m. It's a 9 a.m. start. 9:30, thank you. 9:30 a.m. start here in the boardroom, but it will be a daytime meeting on September 23rd. Should be on your calendar already, but just want to make note of that as well. Just a quick shout out to all the other schools that were at the Diversity Parade as well. There were a ton of schools, the bands, the Battle of the Bands, always excellent to be there and hear our bands competing. Schlegel, Wyandotte, Washington, they were out there. Dr. Williams, I see that he was out there supporting, walking with his students and supporting. So it was great to see the Battle of the Bands. It's always something to watch. So if you missed it this year, I hope you can make it next year around this same time. And then since we won't have another board meeting until September 23rd, just want to give a shout out as we start Hispanic Heritage Month on September 15th through October 15th. At the commission meeting last Thursday, the mayor had a resolution for Hispanic Heritage Month. It's just a reminder of the diverse community that we are here in Wyandotte County and Kansas City, Kansas, and especially in Kansas City, Kansas public schools. Over 60% of our students, of our scholars, identify as Hispanic, Latino, and so we celebrate all of our students every day, and it's nice when we get to celebrate specific communities within our overall family here in Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. So as we kick off Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm sure there's lots of events happening throughout the month, so be on the lookout for that. So with that, I will end and open the floor to any other board members. Ms. Russell and then Ms. Brownlee-Page.
Yeah, I will just start by saying I had the privilege to attend oh my gosh, Caring for Kids kickoff event last week, and just a really exciting event to look at community partnership and community engagement with many of our school buildings. And so just wanted to say thanks to the planners and thanks to everyone who participated, as well as if you are looking for a way to get involved, there is a volunteer link. So I encourage folks to get involved. And then secondly, I want to be the first to say congratulations to our Reasons to Believe honorees who got announced today. It's exciting. Woo, 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 woo! I got to be Crystal. It's exciting to see many of our alumni represented across social media today, and the shares and the likes and the comments and all of that. And so that's exciting. And I also will give a plug that if you want to sponsor the event, Crystal will gladly take your money still. And so looking forward to a great event on October 1st or November 12th. I think that's Partners for Education. But thank you, Crystal, for all that you do, for representing, what'd you say? Oh, sorry.
Breakfast is on.
Breakfast, I messed it up. Yes, I did. But just want to say thank you to Crystal for all her continued service and commitment to both our current students, but also celebrating the amazing alumni in USD 500. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Russell. Ms. Brownlee-Page.
Oh, I just wanted to thank the staff at Arrowhead, the staff, the teachers, the parents, just encourage them to continue to do what they're doing because they're hanging in there and they're trying to make a difference. And then a question about what was the time on the career fair?
Let me go back to my little notes. 3:30 to 6 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Russell.
You mentioned something that made me want to give a personal shout out to Karen, Mr. Hansford's secretary, who I learned this week has been taking lunch every day to the staff at Arrowhead. That is a thankless job to take that food over there. They don't have refrigerators, so she has to bring it all back. And so when I learned about that, I just thought, what a really great way to celebrate our staff or support our staff. But also, thank you, Mr. Hansford. There are donations that you have had out of your own personal pocket to make that happen. And so I just appreciate you and your commitment to trying to support and build morale at Arrowhead, but really wanted to give a shout out to Karen as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Russell. Dr. Nguyen.
Sure. Thanks to Dr. Stubblefield and Ms. Russell for attending the listening tour, the KSB on September 30 Shawnee Mission. Heard a lot of interesting positions that we'll try to protect in this next legislative session in view of the Education Task Force expected changes. Last night, I attended the Planning Commission meeting where the chemical plant tabled their proposal for 60 days. To the surprise, they didn't tell the neighbors in the neighborhood. That was a little shockaroo for them. And then Sumner Addition went before the Planning Commission. And the next Finance Committee will be on October 3rd, I believe that's the date, 1 p.m. And I'm going to talk to Mr. Carell about the evaluation tool. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nguyen. Any additional comments?
Good. Thank you.
One quick note on the boundary meetings. We will have language interpreters available at that meeting, and we will be promoting in the different languages that we do have, the top 5 languages in the district via social media and flyers, and the presentation is also being translated into different languages, but would encourage, if anyone knows folks who speak a different language and want to attend, encourage them, because we will have interpreters available for those boundary meetings. All right, thank you, board. Next on our agenda, board, we've reached our executive session section. Would entertain a motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under Kansas Open Meetings Act, to include Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Pegram, Dr. Jones, and Mr. Hansford for 10 minutes, going in at 6:43.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Mr. Hansford.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell,
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Questions? Mr. Hansford? Moved by Ms. Clark, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Randy, yes?
Mylan Jr., yes.
Thank you. All right, is there a motion to recess to executive session for consultation with the attorney on matters which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship under coma for 10 minutes, including Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Jones, Mr. Hansford, Dr. Pegram? Moved by Ms. Russell, seconded by Ms. Clark. Mr. Hansford? Randy, yes?
For how long?
Mylan Jr., yes.
Thank you. It was 10 minutes, Mr. Hoda. I heard you ask a question. 10 minutes. Thank you. return to open session, please? Moved by Mr. Mylan, seconded by Ms. Russell. Questions? Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes?
Mylan Jr., yes.
Thank you. Motion to recess to executive session to discuss matters of non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of the parties involved under COMA, to include Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Jones, Mr. Hansford, Dr. Pegram for, how long do you need on this one? For 5 minutes, going in at 7:08 PM.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Russell, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes?
Mylan Jr., yes.
Thank you. Motion to return to open session, please. Motion to return to open session, please. Moved by Ms. Russell, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes. All right, thank you. Motion to recess to executive session to discuss matters of non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of parties involved under coma, including Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Jones, Mr. Hansford, Dr. Pegram for 5 minutes, going in at 7:18. Moved by Ms. Russell, seconded by Mr. Mylan. Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes. Thank you. return to open session, please? Moved by Mr. Mylan, seconded by Ms. Brownlee Page. Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes. Thank you. Motion to recess to executive session to discuss matters of non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of parties involved under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, to include Mr. Goheen, Dr. Jones for 10 minutes, going in at 7:25. Moved by Mr. Mylan, seconded by Ms. Russell. Mr. Hansford. Randy, yes.
Said Rachel next to that. Yes.
All right, thank you. return to open session?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Hansford.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Allen Jr., yes.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Rachel Russell.
Rachel Russell, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, board. Thank you, staff. Everyone have a great night. This meeting is adjourned.